In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a taser. To produce the high voltage, we're going to use a high voltage converter. In order for the taser not to accidentally shock me in my pocket, we're going to install a key switch. For the battery, we're going to use 3 500 mAh batteries. And finally, for charging the battery, we're going to use a Type-C USB charger board. We begin with 3D printing a box. After it's done printing, we remove all the supports. For the shock prongs, we're gonna use 2 nails and cut it to the right size. After cutting the screw, we're gonna sharpen the edge of the nails. Now it's time to tin the nails and then connect the high voltage converter to the nails. After soldering the high voltage converter to the nails, we're gonna push it through the holes, which I, by the way, printed a little bit tight, so it should keep it in place. Now it's time to make the battery, which we're gonna start with some scotch tape to keep it in place. Each BMS has a total output of 1 amp, and we're gonna use 2 of them because the high voltage converter pulls up to 1.5 amps. After soldering the battery, we're gonna solder on 2 wires for the output. For safety reasons, we're gonna wrap the battery in electric tape. Now we're gonna solder the charger's output to the battery. After connecting wires to the button, we're gonna secure it in place. The negative terminal of the battery will be connected to the negative terminal of the high voltage converter, and the positive terminal of the battery will be connected in series with the button and the key switch. In order to visually see if the battery is fully charged, we're gonna replace the red and blue LED with red and green LEDs, which will be mounted to the box. Time to secure the key switch in place. In order to keep the charge port in place, we're gonna secure it with some hot glue. To keep the high voltage converter from burning out, we're gonna solder on some spark prongs. It's important to do a quick test before closing the box. Time to insert the brass nut insertions in order to be able to close the box. I went ahead and printed a cover. The last step to do is to screw the cover to the box. Before doing the first test, we're gonna charge it up. If you like this video, then please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell in order not to miss any of my new videos.